Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning into the Inchworm Show. I got another exclusive, and the lady sitting next to my left is one of the most talented women that I know. She's a host, she's a singer, she is an actress. She does it all, and she's also, we got to add this onto the list, an author. She has a book coming out. She's a woman of God, she's a wife, she's a daughter, she is everything, and I'm just so happy for her to be here on the show. Without further ado, welcome, Miss Tia Wilson.
I mean, an introduction like that. It's not always, that you hear these things. So when you just throw it out there, it makes you sit back and go, wow, girl, okay, you're doing something.
You do a lot.
Wow.
And sometimes you get caught up in it, and it's like...
Sometimes you got to hear it, I guess, because you do so much that, wow, when you sit back and just listen.
Well, how does that feel? We can start with that.
My friends, they call me Superwoman.
Absolutely. Okay.
I try to figure out how I get it done myself sometimes, trying to balance it all. But, I don't know. I just, I'm a go-getter. You got to go get it.
Facts.
So that's pretty much all I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, can you tell the people, this is the first time we've been here, we've done like little projects and things together, but I don't think I've had just a sit down one-on-one interview with you.
No.
Yeah, so this is good.
This is nice.
Yeah. So tell everybody I gave them a little bit about you, but tell everybody just who you are and where you came from. What do you do? Wow.
That's always so interesting when people say, tell us about who you are.
Yeah.
It's like, man, where do you start? Because I feel like I feel like I'm all over the place, but mainly, like you said, you hit it on the head, wife, mother, woman of God. That would be the core three things right there. And actress, been acting since I was 4. Mm-hmm. Okay, singing since I was about 3 to 4 as well. And they said, let's just combine it. Let's let her act and sing at the same time, Tyler Perry type thing. So that's how that started. Okay, and just keep on going, doing stage plays. I've featured in a movie, a couple of different projects like that. I've filmed commercials. I'm waiting on that to air. Should be out sometime around football, Super Bowl, which it's close to that time now.
Yeah.
So Steinhoffels, if y'all see a Steinhoffels commercial, I filmed 8 of them. And I'm really excited to see that air.
That's dope.
That's really dope.
Yeah.
And yes.
Okay.
Yes,
so,
man.
I feel like 2020, we talked about this before I started filming. I really feel like 2020 is going to be just the year for everybody. There's so many talented people here in Lake County and just people that I've been running into over the years. And I just, from me having all these encounters, everybody is like right at the tip, like right there. Like it's just like this, they're right there to reach wherever that next level. And I feel like next year is gonna be the year. Now with everything that you're doing, you added, like I said, you're an author now.
Yes.
So
I like how that sounds.
I feel like that's gonna start off that transition and bring you to the next level. Why is it important for you to start off and have this book come out?
Man, this book means so much, okay? I did write a book about maybe 7 or 8 years ago. I put everything in that book. Everything. I may rewrite it, but I told myself when I lost it at that time, about 7, 8 years ago, I was like, man, I will never write again. I will never. Creative writing it's always been one of my favorite subjects in school. College prep, English courses and things like that. All my teachers always used to use my stories and stuff as examples. They would put them in the display case. They would put them online or wherever different places as examples for other people to read. And I'm like, okay, they always would tell me, Tia, you got something with your storytelling. You really got something. So I took some time and wrote. I lost that book. It was on my computer. I fell on hard times. I said, let me pawn my computer. I'm gonna get it right back.
Yeah.
I did not save it, store it, any of that. I just figured I'm gonna get my computer back. Okay, and we're gonna pick up where we left off. And I never got it back. And they sold it. Okay, and that kind of, flushed my dreams right there. Now fast forwarding all these years, it took something really traumatic, just to happen in my life to make me say, you know what? I gotta get back to it.
Yeah.
I got to get these emotions, out.
So what are some of the things that you've been going through that we can look forward to in the book without telling us everything, but what are just a few things that we can look forward to?
Okay. Well, this is an inspirational book.
Okay.
Okay. I like to say inspirational,
Okay.
Faith-based. It's inspirational. It's on love and hope and faith. Love, hope, and faith is really what it is. A lot of times we just go through things and we let our circumstances get the best of us. We let everything just wear us down, break us down. You'll find yourself in a hole if you take on the cares of this world. I found myself in a really dark space, and I said, man, Tia, it's not healthy. That's not me.
Right.
I'm always the one that people call when, they need a good word. I got a good girlfriend that said, girl, I got to call you, when I get in certain situations, because if I call somebody else, I'm going to be under the jail.
Yeah.
But when I call you, I'm able to just, take a second and breathe. And everybody's like, Tia, you're that friend that's that light. You have that light. And I'm like, I want to be that.
Yeah.
I want to be that light. So I had a miscarriage on New Year of 2019.
Wow.
Oh man, it was bad. I mean, it was really bad. Okay, y'all, it was really bad. So I almost lost my life. All right, my husband scraped me up off of that floor. Now I talk about it now and I almost laugh sometimes to myself because there's different things that I reflect on and it makes me laugh. It wasn't funny then. But I wasn't laughing when he scraped me up off the floor and I'm all like this. But now I just be like, baby, did you get any of that on camera? Did you get anything? I was like, did you get anything on film that maybe I can use? And he was like, on film? It's bad enough trying to watch you like this. You want me to take a picture? I'm like, you never, baby, anything. I want to be an inspiration. Something could happen. I could motivate someone here.
Ooh.
I'm a little dramatic. I used to always joke and say, man, with my acting, I love acting. I love acting. And, like I said, do the plays, movies, commercials, things like that, TV shows. But I'm like, man, I just want to do this until I'm like old, film me in the hospital bed. When it's my time, the camera crew needs to come in.
Facts.
At that moment and capture whatever happens, whatever comes out of her mouth, just make sure we have it because it's going to be good. So that's me.
Okay.
So when he didn't get any footage or anything, I said, that's okay. I'll talk about it.
So, Dwayne, listen, no matter what's going on, pull out your phone or your camera, set it up, even if someone's life is on the line, and make sure you get it on film.
That's crazy because when I was in that hospital and some people came in, they had their phones and they were taking pictures. Then at that moment, I was like, wait, no, what are y'all doing?
Oh my God.
I was like, let me get ready. And then, yeah. I don't know, you gotta find that happy place. You just gotta find something, anything in you to just bring that little bit of joy. And it's crazy because the different things that I've done since New Year, okay, it hasn't been a full year just yet, almost. So as we're getting closer, I've done some different speaking engagements, done some different things, and when I segue into just a little promo on the book, like a testimony.
Yeah.
When I'm done, I had just did a Christmas tea. Thank you so much, Betty Peoples, for having me do that. She had me sing at a women's Christmas tea for her church about a couple weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago. And, I got up there, gave a little short testimony, went into my song, and women were coming to me like, I want to speak to you when this is over. I want to speak to you when this is over. And when I was done, I spoke to like 3 or 4 women who have went through the same thing. One woman had a miscarriage. It was really bad, and she fell in a really dark place. She never told anyone. She's been living with this for years and just never knew how to express it, get it out. And she was so excited, like, Tia, please keep me plugged. I want to read that. And every other place I go to, I can't tell you how many stories I have heard from women and they're thanking me like, thank you for talking about it, because it's really a tough subject.
What does it feel like to have a miscarriage? Physically and emotionally.
It's like every woman has a different story. But for me, I mean, it was New Year's Eve. Everyone's trying to figure out what to do to bring the new year in. And I was pregnant then, obviously, but no one knew. We didn't tell anyone. Something stopped me from telling people. And I talk about that in my book too. Literally every time I wanted to tell someone, whether it's a little function or a few family members get together and I just want to spill the beans, literally something just like, no, not yet, just wait, not yet. I had a doctor's appointment January 7th. So I'm like, well, you know what? Let me just go to my appointment, make sure everything's good, and then I'll spread the word. Well, that happened on New Year. I never made it to the appointment. So later, it's like, it was really shocking. It was New Year's Eve. We were like, you know what? We're just going to go to church. Everybody's partying, drinking. I can't drink. You know, I'm just going to go to church and thank the Lord for just, allowing us to be here. Have a great New Year. And literally, we were just chilling, watching a movie. Yation, no warning. Just watching a movie. I looked at the time. I'm like, oh, girls, time to get up. Time to get ready for church. I just stood up. I had on gray sweatpants. I just stood up. And instantly, I just felt like this warm sensation. And I just looked down and I'm just watching my gray pants turn to red, just so rapidly. And I'm like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't even know what to do or say or think. I just froze. And I was like, Now me, a lot of people are religious, some are not. I never argue faith or religion. Everybody can do what you want to do. Just don't tell me not what to do. I won't tell you. It's fine. But me, I believe in the Lord. I believe in Jesus. I believe that's what I believe. So in that moment, I was like, Jesus, 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 Jesus. It was like coming out of my mouth so fast. That's all I kept saying, repeating it over and over and over. And I'm just shaking. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. And then I'm like, bathroom. I just ran to the bathroom. Now my oldest daughter was away and with her family on her dad's side. And it was just my two little ones and my husband. And I'm like, man, how do I even tell him what's going on without like them knowing what's going on? Because this is so much happening right now. And I'm just like in the bathroom, like, no, Dwayne.
Wow.
Dwayne. Now, normally he works on New Year's, with like energy. They do different New Year parties and things like that. He's worked several New Year's, but this time he was off.
Wow.
He just happened to be off. And if it's not there, somewhere else he's doing some type of gig or someone's booking him for something. This particular New Year, he was off. He wasn't doing anything. And I was like, yes. And I'm like, Dwayne, and he opened that bathroom door. He was, whoa. It was like a murder scene in there. I didn't know what to do. I just was like, he's like, baby, I'm about to call an ambulance. I said, no, because if you call the ambulance, they're going to come and take me away. And I'm freaking out. I felt like I needed him. Like if they take me, where are you going to be? They're not going to let you and the kids get in here. They're probably, I need you. So I'm like, no, you're going to have to take me. Let's go. I changed my pants like 5 times. Every time I put them on, I had to take them off.
Wow.
It was just as quick as I was putting them on, they were just like I'm just jumping in the water. And I'm like, oh my God, this is not happening. What did I do? Now you start blaming yourself. What did I do? Was I stressed? Did I eat something wrong? Did I move something? Did something happen to me at work? Did I, because you're blaming yourself. What did I do? What did I do? And then you're retracing all this stuff. Like, could I have this? Could I have that? Could I have this? And I think a lot of women do that. They feel like they did something.
Well, yeah. If you're carrying the baby, I understand how that happens, but go ahead.
Yes. So, man, he came in that bathroom like, whoa. Now, this is where my acting comes in, y'all. I'm telling you, I'm really dramatic. I really am in real life. So, I'm like, okay, you're going to take me to the hospital, but we got the 2 little ones and they can't know. So we have to be as normal as possible. Okay. So I put on my black jeans. I'm like, let's just go. Mm-hmm. So we were just getting in the car. We're at the hospital. And then my daughter's like, Mommy, why are we here? I'm like, oh, Mommy's got to get a checkup. Time for your checkup. I'm singing it in the lobby. I'm like, time for your checkup. And she's just dancing with me. And the whole time I am freaking out. I'm like, Lord, keep me sane. Because I don't need them to freak out. I need them to think that Mommy is okay. And I was not okay.
Wow.
even in that moment, I was like, girl, you know, I was clapping for myself. Like, in the Oscar award goes to.
Tia Wilson.
I was in the hospital, like, but anyway, the hospital did me so horrible. Y'all will read about that too. I always said I'm not going to say the name of the hospital, but it's one of the worst hospitals
It's
around.
in County.
I mean, it is just one of the worst hospitals. Okay, and
I know where it is.
I just only went because it was the closest. And when something like that is going on, you just go where you gotta go.
You know, when they there's a whole stigma going on, and it's been like that forever, just about black women in the healthcare system. They're just aside from it being a horrible hospital, even if you're at some of the best hospitals, I've heard it from celebrities that if you're a black woman, doctors will treat you differently. It's like you as a black woman, we can just take on all the pain. We can take on the entire world. We can just handle it. We can you want no medicine for you or just the treatment. We can just take it on, and we have to be strong. And it's so interesting that you said that, how you had to play different roles, how you had to do all of that. And I wish Dwayne was here so I could hear from a man's perspective what that was like, because black women, we really carry on a lot. So to see you freaking out, he knows you're freaking out, you're bleeding, the kids are there, you're still trying to handle the kids, then you're probably,
they leave me in the waiting room for about 30 to 45 minutes. I think it's because I wasn't freaking out, like I wasn't in there. I think if I was more dramatic in that area, they probably would have seen me a lot sooner.
It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. And then you have to be strong for your husband, for your family. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And then you go where you're supposed to get help, and then you're not getting the help that you need.
Definitely not getting the help that you need.
Whew! It's a lot going on. Definitely.
You know, I mean, black women, black men, I mean, they have a target on their back the second they walk out the house. Okay. Yes. And us, like you said, we have to be strong with everything. Strong black woman. Like we can't break is how they look at us. And when you break, you're crazy. You know. You
got an attitude. You're mad.
You're bitter.
Wait till next year, y'all, because I'm working on something. I don't want to talk about it, but it's in regards to this. It's really good. And I'm just tired of it. I just want us to be able to break. It's okay for us to break.
It is okay. Even guys though, because I always, and I say that because when you said you wish Dwayne were here, I really want it to be known that there are some really good black men, fathers, because honestly, if it wasn't for him, I would not be here.
Yeah.
So even though I took on all of that physically, man, mentally, it's just like in a relationship. You can get physically and mentally abused, and that mental abuse will mess you up way worse than him putting his hands on you.
Facts.
It's just those words keep ringing, you know, your self-esteem just start getting lower, and it really can break you down. And I had to put a special tribute in there because the fellas, there are a lot of guys that have been through this, and it's just like, man, to hear their thoughts, what was going on in your head in these moments. It's like, man, brother, like, man, I know I took it on physically, but I know he took it on mentally. Even just looking in his eyes, it was like you could just tell that he wanted to I could tell he wanted to cry. I mean, he did cry. He did cry later, but in the beginning, he was really trying to, like, be this strong man. And guys, guys need to break too.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies, we got our sister circles. We will call each other like, girl, let me tell you what this man undid. Or, girl, but guys, it's like, who do they talk to? They got to be strong. They got to be like, I can't be vulnerable. But that's not all, guys, because some of y'all brothers know better. Okay, y'all be out there taking big advantage of us ladies out here.
I can't wait till next year.
Big advantage. But I'm talking about for the brothers that really
that are actually doing it. And of course, I'm not saying that. I just wanted to. I'm interested in hearing his perspective.
Oh man,
that's all I'm saying. And for him to acknowledge and just talk about the strength that you carry. Not that, just from a husband and a man's perspective.
True.
It's black women. We go through a lot
because the first one didn't do me right at all. Okay.
What?
So then to think about the traumatization about that, like you went somewhere that you didn't get what you were supposed to get, then you came back and you was in worse position, and then you had to go somewhere else.
God.
It's all it gets so deep, y'all. It get really deep.
Oh my God.
And I just, like I said, I at first, like when I died off, okay, when I died off, I call it died off because this is when I left the hospital, came home, they gave me some medicine. Oh, Tia, we want you to take this medicine. See, what's going to happen is it's going to flush your system out. See, what you had was called an incomplete miscarriage. So we're going to give you this medicine. It's going to flush your system out and come back in about maybe 2 to 3 days for a follow-up. You can go ahead and go home. I was like, I can go home? Okay. I thought, this is just not giving y'all too much. And going home and ended up being worse. Now, when I died off, I say died off because I started feeling so sick, so weak. I had to go use the bathroom. Every time I went to that bathroom, now I thought that something was going to happen because she said flush your system. So I figured, obviously, Tia, you're going to be on the toilet. Okay. So when I went to the bathroom, each time it was just getting worse and worse and worse. And I would sit down, and you know how we got those muscles in there, you can kind of like, and I wouldn't use a muscle. I mean, as soon as I sit down, it just feels like it sounded like somebody just was taking a bucket and dumping buckets of water into a toilet like that. Wow. I remember I started getting so weak just listening. I was just sitting there listening to my body just go shh, shh, shh. And I'm freaking out because I'm like, I cannot let my husband know that it's this bad in here. Even during all my bathroom trips, y'all, I kept it from my husband. I was acting because I thought something was a little more wrong, but I thought it was okay because the doctor sent me home. They told me I was fine and go home. So I just thought that I'm dealing with something that's normal right now. God. So I don't want to freak my husband out more than he was. So I'm just going, I'm going to deal with it. And each time I kept going back in the room, I was running to the bathroom like every 5 minutes, just up and running. And like the third time I went in there, I passed out. I didn't even know I passed out. I just remember, I would just remember my husband was standing over me like, baby, please get up, please. Now I started opening my eyes and I'm just like, I started laughing. I was like, what are you doing? I was like, why am I even on the floor? I didn't even understand what was going on. And he's like, baby, you just fell. He was like, I heard the loudest stomp. I mean, I banged my head. I was messed up.
Oh my God,
I was messed up.
Tia?
He was like, baby, he was all freaking out and I'm laughing. I'm like, baby, calm down. I'm okay. I'm fine. And then I just went blank. And then I felt dead. Like, I don't know how to explain how you feel dead, but I felt dead. I was not moving at all. I was not conscious. I was nothing. I was just laying there, right? And then something in my conscience said, because I was just laying there, okay? And it said, just wiggle your finger. And I make a joke now that I can laugh about it, because it's this finger, my little your church finger. You know how when you walk and you do this? I'm telling y'all, I'm laying there, and it's like, wiggle your finger, your church finger. I am laying there completely still, and it's like this little pulse in my pointer finger, and literally I felt the little pulse, and something in me was like, I'm alive. I am alive. But I wasn't moving. I wasn't doing nothing. But I knew I was alive. I'm like, this is the freakiest thing in the world. Like, this is so freaky. And I heard my husband say, oh, I'm about to call the ambulance. When I tell you I jumped up, I said, no. I mean, I'm telling y'all, I'm out here slaying.
What?
I'm like this, y'all,
God.
on the bathroom floor. And I heard him say, oh God, I gotta call the ambulance. When I say I jumped up in about 0.2 seconds, I said, no, they're gonna take me back to that place. And I don't wanna go there. I don't wanna go there. And now he looking at me like, how in the world did she just like jump up? Cause like something inside of me was like, you're not taking me back. If the ambulance come, I know where they're going. And we can't go there. I told him, baby, you got to get the car together. We got to go. He's like, get the car? Like, well, I have to get the car. We are out of here. And that happened to me a couple of times. In the book, it gets real deep, real descriptive. It talks about the different ins and outs, me passing out back and forth. even at the hospital. I was on the hospital bed. And they said, Tia, we'll be right back, yada, yada, yada. They left the room. My eyes closed. I slumped over that bed. I was about to fall out over the railing. And you hear the Dwayne's, nurse! I mean, to the top of his lungs. I think the whole hospital heard him. He's like, nurse! And they came in there. Oh, God, put the oxygen on her. Do this, do that. We went to the other hospital. I kept telling my husband, my head, it was like a headache that just was stuck in the center. It would not leave. And at home, I just kept saying, because I was so weak, I kept saying, just let me rest. Please let me rest. I'm losing breath. And I'm just like, just let me rest. I'm tired. My body, I'm tired. He would not let me sleep. And when he brought me to the hospital, they said, we are so happy you didn't let her sleep. She wouldn't have woke up. The reason you had that headache is because you have no oxygen going to your brain. There's no oxygen getting there. You keep passing out because there's nothing there. They're like, if you would have let her just rest for a little while, like she said she wanted to do, she wouldn't have woke up. And then it gets scary because it's like, I got kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute. You said I wasn't gonna wake up. Well, let's talk about this. Then through all this stuff, I just kept saying, thank you, God, for keeping me. Just thank you for keeping me alive. That's all that kept me going through everything. I had to have a blood transfusion. I lost so much blood.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it got deep, y'all. It's in the book.
Okay.
How deep?
All right. I don't want to, okay.
It got deep.
What have you learned from this experience? Because now you're pregnant again.
I told myself I wasn't going to have no more. I said, baby, we're going to go shopping for a baby. We're going to go to the hospital, pick out a cute little somebody, take them home and love them.
Yes.
And man, at first I was really scared when I found out.
Yeah.
Because I told myself, I'm not having no more kids. I'm not having no more kids. I'm happy to be alive. I'm grateful. But I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah.
And then that's when slowly I started falling in a deep place because we want a son. We wanted a son.
Yeah.
2 girls prior.
Right.
You know, so we're like, no, I don't want to. I want to have faith over fear. That's what I was taught. That was a big lesson for me. Faith over fear. You're going to be too scared to live your life. Too scared to try again. I had women telling me I've been so scared to try again, but my husband really wants, because you spoke to me. I'll give it one more try. I just want to give somebody some hope. That's what I learned. That my light needs to shine a little bit brighter. I need to reach a few more people. I need to reach some more people that feel that they're in a dark spot. And man, how do I get out of this spot? How do I get out? This is what you can do to get out. Read the book. Read the
Facts.
book. Just read it. I'm telling you.
What's the name of the book?
The Butterfly That Couldn't Flutter.
Oh my God.
It's really significant to me. You know how we didn't have a name or anything, and everyone's like, oh, call it your little angel. But you know, something about this butterfly kept coming to me, because you think about the stages of a butterfly. You got the egg, the larva, the pupa. I really did my research.
Yeah.
Okay, and then it turns into, from the caterpillar, goes into the cocoon, comes out a butterfly. This particular one, well, not this one, the other one. It didn't make it out the cocoon successfully. But I got a sign that this is what the title should be. I was back and forth between a couple different names, but there were some signs that kept hitting, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna ignore it.
Okay.
The Butterfly That Couldn't Flutter. Y'all better be looking out. I'm telling you.
I can't wait.
Oh, it's gonna change the world.
Yeah.
One page flip at a time.
Wow. That's amazing.
You shouldn't.
You're gonna make me cry. Well, I was tearing up already.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like, man, faith over fear.
Faith over fear. I mean, that's what it is for me. Faith over fear, and that goes with anything that you do.
Anything.
Faith. I was just telling my aunt before I got here, I haven't been going to church or whatever, but I always carry certain verses with me. My favorite Bible verse is Hebrews 11:1. Faith is the substance of all things hoped for, and is the evidence of things not seen. And that's what carries me through everything that I do. Faith. Because you just don't know, and you gotta have that in order to keep going.
You don't know. And it was really scary because, man, you don't know when your last day is. You really don't know. You don't have to be 88 to pass.
Yeah.
I was just getting ready to go to church.
Yeah.
And I stood up. That's all I did. No warning, no nothing. Playing with the kids just as normal. So the book, I mean, like I said, it's inspirational. It's filled with love and hope and faith to continue going on. Don't let something happen to you and you find yourself in this bubble, this shell, because you know what? It affected me in this type of way, so I'm just gonna shut the world out. No, you live, because you don't know when you're gonna die. That's the reality. That is reality. People go to Walmart and never make it out. People go to the movies thinking they're just going to enjoy a nice film with the family and never come back home. People go to work at their desk doing what they do, and some crazy person comes in and takes them away. Live your life. Live your life. Live your life. Live.
I can't wait for the book. I can't wait. I'm so happy for you.
Aww.
I really love you, Tia. I really do. And when I see you and Dwayne and I see the babies and I see that, I'm just glad, I'm just so happy for y'all.
Thank you.
I really am.
Do you really mean it?
I'm tearing up. Yeah, I mean it.
No, it's really nice to have genuine people around. But I tell you,
I'm not phony about anything certain people.
Gotta fake it till you make it.
You gotta play the role. Sometimes.
Right.
I get the acting shit. I get it. I get it, but no. I mean, I hope that when I do things, at least for you, you feel that it's genuine. Yeah, I want that to be. Yeah, I really love y'all, and I'm so happy for you. And this is a testimony, and it shows that faith over fear. And now look at this blessing that you have a year later. New Year's, you're going into a new year.
Yeah.
With a baby boy.
With a baby boy. And I want to say, everything happens for a reason.
Yes.
So even though that was a very, just traumatic time, that was something really horrible. But I think about it like this. What if that was another girl? Dwayne's mom has 4 boys. She has no daughters. I have 3 girls. What if this was 4 girls? And maybe the Lord He knows the desires of your heart. He knows what you really want. And sometimes you just have to go through certain things. Sometimes you don't understand why, but maybe later. So as it's much later, I sit back and think, what if it was a girl and she didn't make it because my son was next in line here. So it's like maybe you had to lose something. You had to lose something. It was the sacrifice.
Facts.
You had to lose something. But because you had faith over fear, now I'm gonna bless you to have what it is that you really want. You've been praying for so long. I heard those prayers, girl. I heard those prayers. Thank you for not giving up on me. Even when you thought something was so bad, you still acknowledged me, you thanked me, you kept me. And I'm like, Lord, thank you for keeping me. Thank you. But then, like I said, it was months later when I started, like, that Space Jam juice started wearing out a little bit.
Yeah.
At first, I'm like, I'm alive. Thank you, Lord. Woo! All right, now it's been about 3 or 4 months. I am alive, but man, I am in a dark spot here. Whoa. It's like a fight. Like, you don't feel it when you're fighting, but like a couple of days later, you feel all those little, like, man, she hit me there.
Yeah.
That's how it was mentally. Like, man, you were doing really good. And then, man, all these, So if that's you, and you find yourself falling somewhere that this is not where I'm supposed to be. You better take that energy right then and there, now that you have already recognized and identified, and turn that thing around.
Yeah.
Write, sing, act, do whatever you need to do, but turn it around.
Yep. Well, thank you so much for being here. And we're here on New Year's Eve. I'm going to try to get this out tomorrow or the day after Christmas. But that's why I got the Santa hat on.
Christmas Eve, she meant.
Yeah, Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve. Yeah. What did I say?
New Year's Eve.
Oh, shit. Yeah, Christmas Eve. This is Christmas Eve.
That's okay. It's all within the week. It's been a long week.
It's been a long week. But yeah, I'm happy for you. Thank you for being here. Just thank you for telling your story.
Thank you.
Be brave enough to tell your story.
Thank you. Because this is the first time I have said, I did go live just like a couple of weeks ago talking a little bit, but this is the first time that I've actually been interviewed
Yeah.
and talked about it on a big scale because no one knew.
Yeah.
Just a couple of friends and family members.
And I think you had I texted you.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of told me a little bit.
Just a couple, that's it.
Yeah.
But when the mass is here or when other people are like, you what? What happened? What? It's not like we didn't put it on Facebook. We didn't tell anyone. So I'm just excited to finally just get this out.
Yeah.
And I thank you for having me here, Yashin.
Of course.
In the wormhole. Whoa! Girl, y'all see her stuff? Y'all better hit Yashin.
You're so crazy. Well, thanks for being here. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you get her book. When does it come out?
Now, my release date, I've been struggling. I was thinking either it will be between January 1st and the 4th.
Okay.
Sometime between there. And those dates are very significant to me, y'all. So it's obviously right around the corner.
Yeah.
But between the 1st and the 4th, the 1st is the day I went in the hospital. The 4th is when when everything was done and I went home.
Okay.
So that's the two different dates. And y'all, be looking out because one of them days I'm going to drop it.
And where can they get the book?
It will be on Amazon. Okay. You want to definitely check out Amazon and Kindle.
Okay. Awesome. Make sure you go get the book. Thanks again. I don't know why I keep saying thanks. Whatever.
Because I thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
It's a blessing to be here, y'all. The wormhole is the shit.
Make sure you keep subscribing and watching the Inchworm Show for more exclusive interviews. Subscribe, watch, all that good stuff. I'm your host, Yashin Inchworm Phillips. You all have a good